Hi everybody, I'm Lynn from Microsoft. I'm going to talk for a bit about some things that I've been doing around programs teaching children to code. So this information is available on my blog, SoCalDevGal, and here we go. So you'd think when you're going to teach kids that you wouldn't teach them open an editor and have them write code. You'd think you'd do some whizzy stuff with robots or that kind of stuff, but no, not the case. I take 10 to 17-year-old kids that are from all walks of life. One of the programs I work with is called DigiGirls, so we specifically go after diversity. I've also done this in sub-Saharan Africa where I do personal volunteering, so people who do not have a technical background and have had great success in not only teaching them how to write code, but having them come back and want to do more. Basically, we've developed methodologies using some Microsoft technologies and some non-Microsoft technologies. So I'm going to come back to this slide. The first thing is we use a Small Basic as one of our languages. This is a free IDE and editor that is very much like Logo, has the turtle, if you guys are familiar with that. It's a subset of Visual Basic, and we are using that. Interestingly, I started collaborating with a person from the Java community, and we wrote a port of Small Basic in Java. And last week I was actually teaching at a Java school to validate some of our concepts. So what we found is our teaching methodology actually works cross languages. So, of interest to more people because of that. So the Small Basic environment is a simplified editor, and some of the lessons that we've learned in working with this editor and some other editors that we're working on for release in other languages is it's really important for kids to just immediately start writing code. It's kind of counterintuitive. You'd think you have to have a lot of explanation, what are you doing, what's the result going to be, but it's just super important that the kids sit down, start writing code using an intelligent and very lightweight IDE. If the IDE can have graduation to full languages, Small Basic does have this. You just click the graduate button and it goes over to Visual Basic. That facilitates even broader learning. One of the other things with Small Basic is now localized into 4 languages. It's being used in France, South America, so on and so forth. Small Basic has extensible. Another project that I've done with some collaborators is to create wrappers to make the language even simpler and more accessible. For example, we made the decision based on our observation to remove the concept of properties, and we just changed everything into methods. So it's just simple and accessible, and that's been really, really successful. We did some renaming of some of the core objects. So in our implementation, we have these extensions, which are just 2 files that you download and copy into Small Basic, and then you can implement our methodology, which is called recipes. In Small Basic, the output is visual, so it's kind of a visual test-driven environment, and again, it uses the Logo turtle. Our methodology is what we call recipes, and it's based on Agile. So you have business requirements that the kids sit down and immediately in the editor, within 2 minutes of starting the class, start coding and seeing the visual output. So I'll show you the recipe wiki at the end of this talk, but what we do is we teach the core concepts through recipes, starting with the square, and so introduce, for example, the for loop, and then we go into variations so that the kids can have reinforcement of the concepts and really start owning the code. So you guys are all programmers in here, right? This is superhappydevhouse. Can you see in code how A goes to B? You can, can't you? It's a beautiful thing. And when 10 to 15-year-old children start seeing that, they start getting delighted by coding. It's really, really a magical thing. We took some video last week, and I'll be posting it on my blog so you guys can take a look. How the recipes actually look is reflected in this slide. You can see that we have the business requirements, and then you simply type in, to translate that tortoise.show, make the tortoise move, tortoise.move, so on and so forth. So it's very simple coding. We have a recipe wiki on Wikipedia, and we are continuing to put more recipes. To me, the really exciting thing that we validated last week was that these are available in different languages. Almost out of time, so if you want to go to any of these sites, Small Basic is here. Probably the most important thing is the wiki. So, okay, I don't know if the links work either. This is available on SlideShare. Also, we've made screencasts on how to set up, and also on some of the other techniques that we use, which are pair programming, sprints, and just basic Agile methodologies, which amazingly work terrifically well with kids. The very last thing that I want to show you is that we have a big event coming up here in your backyard where we're going to be implementing this. Dare to be Digital is going to be on February 27th, 300 high school girls, and we want volunteers. So if any of you would like to help, Dare to be Digital. And I've got 2 seconds left, so thank you.